Good day everyone, here's another DepEd order released by the Department of Education. This is DepEd Order Number 2 Series 2024, or the immediate removal of administrative tasks of public school teachers. The Department of Education believes that the core of quality basic education is a vibrant and quality teaching workforce. Under the MATA-TAG agenda, the department is committed to enhancing the delivery of quality basic education while promoting teacher quality and teacher welfare. In this regard, the department issues the enclosed guidelines on the immediate removal of administrative tasks of public school teachers. This DepEd order is guided by agency directions to remove the non-teaching tasks of teacher to give support to teachers to teach better. This is geared toward building a conducive environment for effective teaching and learning to thrive. Rationale: the Department of Education fervently believes that the core of quality basic education is a vibrant and quality teaching workforce. With this commitment, it is imperative to build a work environment for teachers that upholds and protects their welfare. This shall include measures to protect the workload and working hours of teachers. Reports and studies have indicated that teachers are being assigned additional tasks that shift their focus from teaching. The 2018 Teacher Workload Balance Study identified approximately 50 common ancillary services assigned to teachers in addition to their regular teaching load. These extra duties are often the result of understaffed schools being unable to provide sufficient support services. The absence of standardized guidelines and a mechanism to review these tasks further compounds the issue. Research from various institutions suggests that the increase in administrative assignments significantly impacts teacher workload, ultimately affecting teaching quality and teacher well-being. Through this order, the department aims to remove the administrative tasks of teachers to enable them to maximize their time in actual classroom teaching. With this endeavor, they shall be able to focus on the teaching and learning process and become effective facilitators of learning. Furthermore, this initiative by the department shall help protect and uplift the welfare and well-being of public school teachers to support them to teach better, which in turn shall realize quality learning among the Filipino learners. Scope: this DepEd order provides guidelines on the immediate removal of administrative tasks of public school teachers. This order covers all DepEd-employed teachers engaged in classroom teaching. On a full-time basis, under permanent, provisional, or substitute status in all public elementary and secondary schools. This policy shall be implemented across all governance levels. The guidelines, parameters, and processes outlined herein shall guide DepEd schools division offices, regional offices, and central office. For this purpose, the following terms shall be defined as follows. Administrative tasks refer to tasks related to the effective and efficient operations of schools or programs, projects, and services which are not directly related to teaching and academic learning. These shall be performed by school heads and non-teaching personnel. Non-teaching personnel refer to those occupying non-teaching positions whose primary duties and responsibilities contribute to the delivery of basic education services and achievement of agency outcomes, but neither involve nor directly support the actual conduct of teaching or delivery of instruction. School heads refer to persons responsible for the administrative and instructional supervision of the school or cluster of schools as provided for in RA number 9155. For the purpose of this policy, a duly designated teacher in charge is considered as a school head. Teachers refer to those occupying teaching positions directly engaged in teaching or delivery of instruction in the elementary and secondary levels, junior high school and senior high school, in schools and community learning centers. Policy statement: this DepEd order aims to enable teachers to focus on their core function of teaching through the removal of administrative tasks assigned to teachers. This order shall ensure that teachers' workload and working hours are maximized for actual classroom teaching and tasks incidental to their normal teaching duties. Guidelines and procedures. A. Removal of administrative tasks. 1. Administrative tasks shall be removed from the workload of teachers, without prejudice to the teacher ancillary tasks as defined by other DepEd issuances. Accordingly, school heads and non-teaching personnel shall have the sole responsibility to perform the administrative tasks enumerated hereunder. These tasks shall include, but are not limited to the following: a. Personnel administration, b. Property/physical facilities custodianship, c. General administrative support, d. Financial management, e. Records management, and f. Program management such as feeding, school DRRM, and other related programs. 2. To augment the non-teaching personnel requirements of schools, the following measures may be implemented. A. SDOs may cluster deployed non-teaching personnel in accordance with the deployment parameters issued by the Bureau of Human Resource and Organizational Development. And b. SDOs and schools may hire personnel under contract of service or job order, which may be charged either against maintenance and other operating expenses or other alternative sources of funding. B. Tools and procedures. 1. To provide guidance and further details for the implementation of this policy, the Office of the Undersecretary for Human Resource and Organizational Development, OUROD, shall provide all necessary tools and procedures through a Strand Memorandum, particularly on clustering of schools and provision of additional MOE for the hiring of COS/JO personnel, if necessary. 2. The relevance and applicability of the tools and procedures shall be subjected to periodic review and adjustments by OUROD as may be necessary. See Roles and Responsibilities, Central Office, OUROD through the Bureau of Human Resource and Organizational Development, BHROD, conducts policy orientation and capacity building to field offices as deemed necessary. Monitors and evaluates compliance with this order and provides appropriate and timely technical assistance to field offices, periodically assesses and reviews the implementing guidelines based on gathered reports and results of monitoring and evaluation, and provides supplementary tools to enhance the implementation of the policy. 2. Regional Offices Office of the Regional Director ensures overall adherence of the SDOs and evaluates the impact of the implementing guidelines of the policy, prepares a regional implementation plan to support the objectives of this policy, and prepares and submits reports and provides recommendations regarding this policy. Administrative Unit Personnel Section monitors and evaluates compliance with this order, in coordination with the Policy, Planning and Research Division, by conducting workload audit through the checking of the Consolidated Report on ESF7, School Personnel Assignment List and Basic Profile, of the SDO. Field Technical Assistance Division, FTAD, provides appropriate technical assistance, through its composite team, to enhance the capacity of their SDOs in addressing school concerns. 3. Schools Divisions Office Office of the Schools Division Superintendent ensures overall adherence of schools and evaluates the impact of the implementing guidelines of the policy, coordinates with the local government unit, LGU, and endeavors that schools without non-teaching items shall be provided with locally hired personnel pending the completion of the guidelines on the school organizational structure and staffing standards and deployment of school-based non-teaching personnel. School Governance and Operations Division, SGOD, revisits SDO functions and processes requiring reports and creating administrative tasks for teachers and identifies measures to remove other tasks assigned to teachers. Orients, capacitates, and provides appropriate and timely technical assistance to school personnel on the implementation of this order, addresses school queries and concerns in relation to the implementation of this policy, monitors and evaluates the compliance with this order, and provides technical assistance to schools based on the results of monitoring and evaluation. Administrative Unit Personnel Section ensures strict compliance with the deployment and prescribed workload for school-based personnel by conducting personnel and workload audits in coordination with the Planning and Research Section. 4. Schools, school heads ensure strict compliance with the prescribed workload of teachers using ESF7, and strengthens monitoring and evaluation of the implementation of this order. D. Grievance mechanisms, concerns, complaints, and/or violations arising from the implementation of this policy shall be addressed through the grievance machinery provided under DO number 35, Series 2004, revision of the grievance machineries of the Department of Education, or pertinent rules on administrative cases in the civil service. Monitoring and evaluation. The Department of Education, through the BHROD, shall monitor, evaluate, and review the implementation of this policy. Furthermore, BHROD-SED shall gather feedback on the implementation of these guidelines from concerned personnel across different governance levels. Anchored on the principles of decentralization and shared governance, the department aims to empower the field offices in terms of monitoring and evaluating policy implementation and providing technical assistance. Separability clause. If any provision of this order is declared invalid or unenforceable by competent authority or the courts, all other provisions not affected shall remain in force and in effect. Transitory provision. To ensure the smooth and effective implementation of this order, the SDOs shall immediately implement the following within a period not exceeding 60 calendar days. Clustering strategies. Schools without existing or sufficient non-teaching personnel shall be clustered, with each cluster being composed of a maximum of 3 schools. Deploy administrative support personnel to perform administrative tasks for the clustered schools. Immediately transfer and turn over existing administrative tasks performed by teachers to school heads and non-teaching personnel, and hire additional administrative support personnel, if necessary. The RO and SDO concerned shall provide schools with the necessary support during this transition period. In view of the ongoing study on the school organizational structure and staffing standards, provisions that may be found inconsistent with its implementation shall be subject to further review. Effectivity. This DepEd order shall take effect immediately upon its approval, issuance, and publication on its website.